fight to end cancer is just around the corner here in Toronto, Ontario on June 15th, and we have here in the studio two men here to talk about that, Simon Ibell and the main eventer himself, Matt Hehn. How are you guys doing?
Really well, thanks.
Great, thanks.
Now, I mentioned it's the fight to end cancer, but Simon, your foundation is a big part of this as well. We're working towards research for Hunter syndrome. Tell us a little bit about the syndrome and your foundation itself.
So essentially, Corey, thanks a lot for having us. And MPS II, or Hunter syndrome, it's an extremely rare disease affecting about 30 in Canada, 2,000 worldwide. It's an enzyme deficiency disorder, so within all the cells of our body, we're missing an enzyme to get rid of the cellular waste and cellular rejuvenation. So that puts an impact. I don't have that enzyme affecting all systems in my body. And so Matt's one of my closest friends and really wanted to incorporate the I Believe Foundation and our goal to find a cure for MPS II Hunter syndrome. And not only a personal challenge to raise awareness for cancer, but also for I Believe. And we're not far off from finding a cure. So having friends like Matt and everyone in my network, we really can reach a goal and find a cure in my lifetime. So it's really, really incredible.
Now, where is the progress at? Because I understand at a certain point, the Ontario government was kind of in the way as far as legislating some of the treatment that should be made available to people who are afflicted, but wasn't. Where are we at in terms of that legislation?
Absolutely. Like, that's a huge part of our foundation is the advocacy for all rare diseases. I'm one person with one rare disease. There's approximately 3 million people in Canada affected by with one of 7,000 rare diseases. So essentially 1 in 12 people in Canada are affected by a rare disease. So rare is actually not that rare. So when my cure, which I receive enzyme replacement therapy, that's our cure right now, but it's not a cure, it's a therapy. And so what we're doing right now is to raise capital to support a center of excellence down in North Carolina, because that's where the world expert, Dr. Joe Munster, is based at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. But that being said, that's just because that's where the best work is being done. And so in terms of rare diseases, we have a loose framework, but there's no support for rare diseases in Canada. We're the only country in the developed world with no formal program to support any patients with rare diseases. So not only we want to find a cure for MPS II, we want to change the course of rare diseases in Canada and worldwide to be fair to rare.
Well, Matt, you've been friends with Simon for a long time, and you've seen his plight, you've seen what he's gone through. Well, what made you decide, I want to get in the ring and box in order to help out with this?
Yeah, it was interesting, actually. About, I'd say 6-7 months ago, I woke up one morning, I was just in the worst shape of my life. And a friend of mine introduced me to the Kingsway Boxing Club. And when I went in there and did a couple sessions with my coach, Jen, there, she said, listen, there's an opportunity for you to be the main event and fight to end cancer. So, and I've been affected by cancer with family and friends, and I think we all have. It's a terrible disease. But in doing so, I also asked and realized there could be an opportunity to bring awareness to the I Believe Foundation and my close friend Simon. And Jen was totally on board. And so in the end, I went to Simon and said, listen, I'm going to put myself out there, and 6 months of hard training, and you do this every week of your life, and you've been battling this for 35 years. So it's only 6 months of my life, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do this. And Simon was totally on board, and next thing you know, we're a week away now from the fight night.
How has Simon been able to help you out? Because he's quite the athlete himself. He cycled across British Columbia, but he's also, he's your famous friend too. He's probably helped you dealing with the spotlight. I mean, you're coming in here and doing interviews, and you're all over the place.
Well, as you can see, he's a pretty incredible person, and he has a network that is full of famous friends, famous athletes. So it's more so he's really helping me with the mindset, just to understand the pressures, and especially mentally, because boxing, what I have realized too is it's a lot of mental, a lot of willpower, which Simon is incredibly at in what he has and what he's shown. So it's really on the mental aspect, he's really been there for me, and then also the positive way he lives his life. He lives it to the fullest every day. He doesn't take a day for granted. So that's what I've been now incorporating into my life is, you know what? Life's too short. Why do we get stressed out? Why are we negative? We have to have that positivity in our lives. And he's a best friend of mine, and he's brought that to my life, and even in the past 6 months more so. So that's where what we're living for now.
And Simon, you've instead of partying with Steve Nash and Mark Cuban, you still have friends like Matt. It's very impressive.
At the end of the day, we're all friends, and I'm very fortunate that Matt has to help reach our goal. But essentially, exactly what Matt just said, Corey, is My condition just happens to be more pronounced and in your face, but we all have challenges, right? And Matt's taking this challenge to box, not only for his health, but to help cancer and for MPS too. So I'm very fortunate to have friends like Matt, and just I know we can find a cure, which is just unbelievable, like within my lifetime. So I'm really grateful.
Well, the fight to end cancer is on June 15th here in Toronto, Ontario. Simon, tell us where we can get tickets and where we can find out more about the I Believe Foundation.
For the Fight to End Cancer, go to fighttoendcancer.com, and you'll obviously see information about Jen and the Kingsway Boxing Club. And then for the I Believe Foundation, go to ibelieve.com, which is an extra L, so IBELLIEV.com, and you'll see Matt front and center, some great photos and video about what he's doing, what he's been up to the last 6 months to get ready for the main event. But as I said on the video, like a butterfly, sting like a bee, but Matt will be ready to go, and I'll be in his corner.
Well, we're looking forward to it, guys. Thanks for coming in. Best of luck in the main event.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.